Beth and I moved up to Denton in 2004. We found Trinity Presbyterian Church Flower Mound in the Yellow Pages. How fortunate. We love its warmth, and genuine openness to questions, to doubts, to fears, to our hopes and dreams, and to find people who are seeking as well.
I love Trinity because of the Trinity family, the people. They're so welcoming and supportive, and it just makes our church extra special.
There's just a love you feel when you walk in the doors. There is a family feeling, whether you've been there 20 years or been there 5 minutes. The Bible studies we have, the small groups we have, the traditional men's things we've done like Mo Ranch every year. There's just always something to look forward to. And I think it gives me a glimpse of what the world should be when I'm inside those doors.
8 years into this church, Trinity has become my chosen family and my support system. Being here makes me want to be a better person. My absolute favorite things about my TPC family are that I always feel loved and I never feel judged, even though the constellation of my family is not the norm.
At the top of the list is the fact that my children are growing up in a congregation and a faith family, which truly follows Christ's teachings of love one another and unconditional love and acceptance of all of God's children, no matter what color, what age, what gender, what religion, doesn't matter. Unconditional love and acceptance of all of God's children is at the heart of Christ's teachings, and I am very grateful that my children are growing up in an environment where they will know nothing but God's love and grace.
I love Trinity because it pushes my faith and challenges me to grow spiritually, but at the same time feels very safe, comfortable, and like home.
What makes Trinity special? It's the people. It's one of the most welcoming, friendly churches I've ever attended, and I'm so glad to be a member.
I love Trinity because it feels like coming home to family.
I love Trinity because it's about people. We take care of the people here and we take care of the people outside of our building.
Cut! Boy, do I love Trinity Church. I really love being your pastor. I defy you. I challenge you to find another church so joyful and so welcoming. I've been to other churches. You've been to other churches. There is something very special about this church. You just heard from a couple of folks about how they love this church and why they love this church. I hear from people on a pretty regular basis about how this church has made them feel welcome in church for maybe the first time ever, right? We are an open and inclusive and affirming place for everybody, and this is such good news for so many people. I just heard the other day someone wrote me about how this church has encouraged them to live into faithfulness in a way that they didn't think possible before, that we've challenged them because of God's love for them and because of God's love for this world to step out and to do something new and challenging. There are so many ways that this church has been a support to people who are both in need, either physically or mentally or spiritually, right? This has truly been a sanctuary, right? A safe space for people to come and to know one another and to know their God, to learn to love one another and to learn to love God, which is to live into the greatest commandment. And so I don't have to tell you why you need to love Trinity Presbyterian Church. You already love Trinity Presbyterian Church. I love Trinity Presbyterian Church. And so as a function of our love, what I'm asking you today is to consider to provide for Trinity Presbyterian Church's daily bread. Right? Jesus tells a parable, and he's asking the people who are standing around, what good father who, when their child asks for a fish, will give them a snake? And the answer is, of course, no father would do that. God knows what you need, and God intends to give that to you. You don't have to beg, right? You don't have to beg God, who loves you, to provide for your needs. In the same way, I don't feel compelled, your stewardship committee doesn't feel compelled to beg you to give what this church needs. We know already that you love us, right? And that you love this community enough to invest in it. And so that's what you were asking. Give us this day our daily bread. We know that this is a group effort. We are grateful that we get to do this thing called church together. And so we pray that you join in with us yet again this year and commit to meeting the needs of the church. We hope to give our staff a raise, commensurate with the cost of living adjustment that is appropriate for this year. We want to keep pace with our mission giving. We want to keep pace with our building and with its needs. We want to make sure that we maintain budget space for an associate pastor and hope to outstrip our budget a little bit so that we can make room for a sustained youth director position into the future. We're trying to hire both of those positions right now, so be in prayer for us for that. In all these things, it takes about 8% more giving. I'll tell you that my family is going to commit to that. I hope that your family will commit to that. If you're just learning what it means to be generous, I pray that you give commensurate to how God has blessed you. Because this is a team sport, not all of us are able to give at the same level, the same dollar amount, but each of us knows what generosity looks like in our own life. And so I pray that you'd spend some time in prayer, plunging the depths of your heart, trying to figure out what it is that God is calling you to in this moment. We so deeply appreciate the ways that you are faithful with your time and with your talents, with your imagination and creativity here. And we need you also to be faithful in your giving. We are so grateful that over the past 35 years of this church's life, you all have been faithful to God in this place. And this ministry has become what it's become because of you and because of God's presence here. So let's continue to walk into faithfulness together, my friends, in 2023. Grace and peace to you.